Hello students and welcome to our channel Sciencey Solution. This is Manju Sharma here today again with another video tutorial. Students, today's topic is modes of nutrition, where we are going to discuss about both the autotrophic and different types of heterotrophic nutrition. It is a topic wise explanation, and as you know, it's a very important topic for your CBSE board exams. Students, our videos are going to be very important for you all because we not only bring to you the topic-wise explanation but also clear-cut questions which have come in previous years' board exams, which will also help you to excel in your board exams and also which will help you to make your concept if you are also preparing for NEET exam after class 12th. So don't forget to subscribe onto our channel so that you get each and every video, each and every concept of biology covered with our channel. So without doing a further ado, let's get started.
So explanation of different modes of nutrition. So what are the different modes of nutrition? Basically, we get two different modes of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Before going into the great details, I must tell that this is a very important topic. Why very important topic? Because we have a number of slides and a number of previous years questions from this topic. Students, you can explain at least a single you may expect at least a single MCQ question from this topic. It always comes, and you may also get a 2 or 3 marks question from this topic. Let us get into the details of this topic, autotrophic nutrition. So the first type of nutrition, there are basically two different types of nutrition, different modes of nutrition. One is autotrophic and the second one is heterotrophic. So autotrophic nutrition, in which it is a type of nutrition in which certain organisms like plants, okay. Why I'm talking? Because primarily we call plants are only the autotrophs, but apart from plants, there are some bacteria. Okay, algae also, but algae also comes in plants category. But there are some bacteria also which are capable of producing their own organic nutrients from inorganic substances. So the organisms which are capable of producing their own food, or you may call it as they are own capable of producing their own organic nutrients from inorganic substances, they are called as autotrophs, and the process which autotrophs follow is the photosynthesis. As the word photosynthesis is there, we always say that these are the plants, but you may also be careful that there are some bacteria also, a few bacteria which are also autotrophic. So this point is important. Now, autotrophic nutrition, basically how autotrophs prepare their food, their process is photosynthesis. Okay. Now, this is a very important reaction for photosynthesis. In many times in exams, it is asked, write down the balanced chemical equation for photosynthesis. So, in that case, you will be writing like this: 6HCO2. 6 is very important. 6CO2 plus 6H2O, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of water. They will form one molecule of glucose. C6H12O6 is glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen in the presence of sunlight. Here you will write sunlight, okay, and chlorophyll inside the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll helps to trap the sunlight. So sunlight and chlorophyll are also major things, or you can say major issues which are required for the photosynthesis, major things which are required for the process of photosynthesis. So this chemical reaction you have to by heart. It is a commonly asked questions for the board exam. You can take a screenshot. Next one is heterotrophic nutrition, or we will be explaining the previous slide photosynthesis. We will be explaining in details when we will be talking about the process of photosynthesis there. Okay, there we will also take into account how the sunlight and chlorophyll, you will write it in the balanced chemical equation. So stay tuned, student. We have this one is the second video for the life processes. The first one we have added it in our description box. Please, you can go to through the link and then see what you, if you have skipped or you have missed that video, please, I request you to visit that link and go to the video so that you do not miss any of the single topic or previous year's questions from this topic. Okay, it will help you to excel in your board exams. So the second type of nutrition is heterotrophic nutrition. So autotrophic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which they prepare their own food, And heterotrophic nutrition, it is a mode of obtaining energy and nutrition from organisms that cannot produce their own food. So here the organisms cannot produce their own food. So this is the major difference which has also been asked sometime. So the major difference between autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition is in autotrophic nutrition they produce their own food. In heterotrophic nutrition they do not or they cannot produce their own food. Okay, the process of photosynthesis is there in autotrophs and it is lacking in heterotrophs. Okay, so how do they obtain their nutrition? They rely on consuming organic matter produced by other organisms. So they consume the organic matter produced by other organisms. For example, it may be a plant or an animal eating another animal. So it can involve the ingestion of other living organisms or the absorption of dissolved organic material. This point you will understand in details when we will explain the next slide. So when we talk about autotrophic nutrition, it is just autotrophic nutrition, although autotrophs are put into the same category. But when we talk about heterotrophic nutrition, there are different types of heterotrophic nutrition. This again is a very, very important point which you have to understand. So different types of heterotrophic nutrition. The first one is Holozoic nutrition. Okay. The first type of heterotrophic nutrition is Holozoic nutrition. What do you mean by Holozoic? In Holozoic nutrition, the organisms they take in the whole food and then they break it down inside their body. Here you must understand that the organisms whenever they are eating the food, they also need to digest the food. So in holozoic nutrition, organisms take in the whole food, they take in the entire food, and then digestion takes place inside their body, digested and absorbed inside the bodies. Okay. For examples, there are the examples given in NCERT book are deer eating grass, lion eating deer, an amoeba engulfing the whole food as you have seen in our previous video. If you have missed it, again I'm saying please go through the link which is given in our description box below. And paramecium, it also obtains its food by the process of holozoic nutrition. That means they engulf the food as a whole and digestion or breaking down of the food particles, it takes place inside the body of the organism. The second one is saprophytism. Don't get confused. You can also call it as saprotrophic organisms, saprophytic organisms. Okay. Now, what do is they break down the food outside the body and then absorb it. Like in this type of nutrition, what they do, they digest the food externally. So you must understand once the organism is taking the food, it also needs to digest it. So in case of holozoic, the digestion takes place inside the body. In case of saprophytic or saprotrophic, you can say the digestion takes place outside the body and then the nutrients gets absorbed in the inside the body of the organisms. The most common organisms are fungus. Fungus. Students, this is the most commonly asked MCQ. They will give you different examples and then say that which type of it breaks down the food particles outside the body. So it is the fungus which breaks down outside the body and then absorbs it inside. The final last one is the parasitism. In parasitism, what happens is they derive the nutrition from other plants or other organisms. That means they directly absorb the digested nutrients of other organisms without killing them. They do not kill. Now, if the organism is killing and taking in the whole food, it comes into the category of holozoic. But if the organism is surviving on the or absorbing directly the nutrients from the host, it comes into the category of parasites. So they live on the parts, usually the intestines or of the other organism, and directly absorb the digested nutrients of that organism without killing them. So for example will be which are given in you will focus on the examples which are given in NCERT book. So these are cuscuta in case of plants, tick, lice, leech, tapeworms. These are the examples given. So now you understood holozoic take the food as a whole and then digest it inside the body. Saprophytism or saprotrophic organisms, they digest, break down the food particles outside the body and then absorb the nutrients inside. Parasitic, they directly live in the body of the other organisms and then absorb the nutrients from them. Now, the most important part, previous year's questions. Okay, so define the term parasite, organisms which derive nutrition from the other plants or organisms without killing them. These are called as parasites. Name one plant parasite, Cuscuta. It is given directly in your NCERT. Very, very important. Animal parasite, you can call leech, tapeworm, you can see. Now, another point is some organisms break down the food material outside the body and then absorb it. I think you have guessed out the answer. Those will be saprotrophs or saprophytic organisms. Examples, fungus, you can say a normal mushroom and rhizopus, any two fungus. Which of the following are autotrophs? Green plants, some bacteria, enzymes, both A and B. So I have told you bacteria do also come up as the examples of autotrophs. So it will be both A and B. Which of the following statements is true for heterotrophs? Heterotrophic survival depends directly or indirectly on autotrophs. Heterotrophic organisms include animals and fungi. In heterotrophs, complex substances have to be broken down into simpler ones. So all of the above. I think the answer will be D, that is all of the above. Carbon and energy requirements of autotrophic organisms are fulfilled by enzymes, bacteria, photosynthesis, none of the above. I think you have guessed the answer. Please comment me the answer in the description box or sorry, comment box. So please comment me the answer in the comment box. Next one is the correct statements with respect to single-celled organisms are complex substances are not broken down into simpler substances. Simple diffusion is sufficient to meet the requirement of exchange of gases. Specialized tissues perform different functions in the organism. Entire surface of the organism is in contact with the environment for taking food. This is statement number 4. I'm so sorry, some mistake has been taken place. So this is the statement number 4. So what are the correct statements? 1, 2, 3, or 4? So the correct answer will be C, because simple diffusion is sufficient to meet requirement of exchange of gases in single-celled organisms. Yes, and the entire surface of the organism is in contact with the environment for taking in food. Yes, this is for single-celled organisms. These two statements are correct. So correct answer will be C, that is 2 and 4. Now come to the next question. An organism that breaks down food materials outside the body and then absorb it. Parasite, Cuscuta, animal parasite, tapeworm, bacteria, rhizobium, or a fungi, rhizopus. I think you have guessed the answer correct. It will be fungus, rhizopus, because breaking down outside the body and then absorbing. This is a very important concept, students. We have seen many questions they have come in the previous years from the same concept. So please grab the concept and stay tuned to our channel. If you have any doubts anywhere, you can email it to me, and the email address is given in the description box below. Last but not the least question. Differentiate between autotrophs and heterotrophs and give one example of each. Students, you can take the screenshots of the questions and write down the answers. You can also take the screenshots of your answers and send it back to me for clarification of certain doubts, for writing of the keywords and all. So I hope you have enjoyed the video, but the thing is you must have learned a lot from the video. So stay tuned for our next tutorial and please subscribe onto our channel so that you get notifications day to day and you excel in your board exams. Thank you for watching.